Hello there, I'm Dan from Just Records, and this is Mixdown Mondays. I'm going to come at you quick with a short PSA on cables. Now, when it comes to cables, you can get all different types. There's all different brands, all different manufacturers. Typically, in a studio scenario, you're going to be working with two different types of cables mostly, XLR and 1/4 inch. Now, of course, there are all types of variables. You've got your tiny telephone if you have patch bay. You've got stereo 1/4 inch. You've got RCA or SPDIF, all different types of cables depending on what it is you're doing. But predominantly, you're going to be working with XLR and 1/4 inch. Now, I saw another studio talk about cables in their channel, and they talked about how they couldn't really hear an audible difference between a cheap cable and a moderate cable. They didn't go super expensive. They just kind of stuck with, the middle of the road kind of price point and one super cheap. And it was a pretty decent, informative video about how there really wasn't much of an audible difference. And that can definitely be the case. Now, I've had experiences with cables from all different brands. I can't name them all, but what I will say is, for the most part, most of the hardwired cables that are in our studio here are Mogami. Now, those are expensive. It's really hard to get those at a reasonable price. That's why the stuff that's hardwired in is mostly the good stuff. Where I could save a little bit of money is on the XLRs and the 1/4 inches and things of that nature. So if you've been to my studio, or if you've seen some of my videos, you might notice that the cables that I use for XLR are different colored cables. I really like them. Here's a few of them right here. Now, I like these because I can put these into the studio, and then I can make the display on my session match the cabling so I know which cable is which and what I'm messing with. It's just kind of fun. Nothing too more specific than that. And these are decent cables. They are by, I believe, Seismic Audio. A name I'll give you a shout out. Seismic Audio, it's good stuff. I have a couple of their products. Now, I wanted to get a second set of cables, and I liked the whole different color options. So I ordered some more cables online. I won't say the name, but mostly because I don't really feel like throwing people under the bus. But what I will say is you have to be careful because these cables were in the same price range as the ones that I really like. And they're different colors. They're these. See, they're different colors, but these are woven, the kind of a woven shielding. Unfortunately, they're kind of crap. In my experience using them, they wouldn't really pass 48 volts from my preamps into the live room. And when I used them with a ribbon microphone, it was very noisy. So those are going in the trash. I wouldn't even give them away. I mean, if somebody wants them, you can message me and I'll give them to you, and you can do what you want with them. Maybe make something artistic out of them, braid them. I don't care. They're yours to have if you want them. Now, it is unfortunate because cabling shouldn't be a make or break situation. You shouldn't have to buy a $80 10-foot cable. But, don't buy an $8 10-foot cable. And these kind of, they kind of tricked me. They were in the middle of the road. The whole set of 6 was like $60. So they're about, what is that? So I guess that would be about a 10-foot, $10 a piece. Yeah, I kind of knew what I was getting into. And that's not in every case. There are some instances where cables can be inexpensive and they're perfectly fine. But the things that really go into a good cable are the shielding and the connections. Look for those middle of the road brands, models, makes, and also be careful when you're ordering things in packages. A lot of the times the cable that's for free is a very inexpensive cable, and you're going to end up replacing it because it'll either break or the shielding is bad. So invest in some cabling. You don't have to invest the farm. You can at least spend a little bit more on a finer cable. As always, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching Mixdown Mondays.